when Microsoft Ventures looks at early stage companies, the type of companies we're looking for are comprised of entrepreneurs who really understand the problem that they're trying to solve, and they're solving a big enough problem that we believe can scale. What else is interesting is when they starting to get user traction. So those are very important to us. Those are important criteria. But the most important thing to us is the quality of the entrepreneurs. So we're looking for teams that are balanced, teams that have engineering, business, and technology all at the table. And what's even more interesting is when they have balanced, diverse teams where they have female and male founders and co-founders. That's even better. So there's a lot of things that we look for when we're making investments in early stage companies, but those are just a few of the most important factors. Our next step in the next year is we're opening up a few more accelerators in different areas that we think are important in the world. And then we're also going to go back and look at the companies that have gone through our program and pick the ones that we think are super interesting, and we're going to invest in those companies, and we're going to go deeper by connecting them with customers, by helping them scale their software, their platform, and just by helping them be stronger, better, more scalable companies. And what's most interesting about Microsoft Ventures is we operate accelerators around the world. So imagine if you're a company in India, and you want access to the Brazil market, we can help make that happen. Just like we can help companies in the US get access to the China market. Having this global accelerator platform allows us to do interesting things like that. In terms of focus areas, Microsoft is a very diverse company. It's a big company. We have everything from consumer entertainment, gaming, to enterprise, SaaS, cloud. We have communications. All of these things are a part of Microsoft, very much a part of Microsoft Ventures. What we're most interested in, though, is in the early stage. So when we look at Microsoft Ventures, we are a group of people that are helping to create companies, helping to create and scale companies. So if you think of Microsoft as a platform company, Microsoft Ventures is a platform for creating businesses. And so what we're most interested in Microsoft is every ecosystem is different. And if we can find companies that are solving local problems, and these problems are scalable, then we can help those companies get scale at growth. What we're less interested in is companies that are focusing on a market that they may not understand, or they don't have the right data on customers and what customer acquisition would look like or anything like that. So we're really interested in the companies that really understand the market that they're in and help them scale. In the India startup ecosystem, the challenges that we've seen, there's plenty, which is good and bad. First of all, probably the best way to compare it is to say, what is one of the top ecosystems in the world? One of the top ecosystems is Tel Aviv, for example. The Microsoft Accelerator in Tel Aviv is probably it's the most popular and the strongest accelerator in Israel. What the difference between Israel and India is that in Israel, everybody is a participant somehow in entrepreneurship. So the government helps. There's big support from the government. There's big support from industries looking for disruption. Remember, in Israel, there's not a big local industry, so they're looking at global industries and disrupting global industries. In India, the challenges that we're seeing is we need to see government support. We need to see parents support their children to become entrepreneurs. We need to see education change. So we need to see disruption in education where kids are not only being encouraged to be entrepreneurs, but they're also being taught curriculum that's about entrepreneurship. And another thing that would be really helpful is in India we have amazing arts and entertainment talent. I mean, look. In Bollywood is just an unbelievable industry, yet we don't have a lot of design talent here. There's a complete disconnect, and I think one of the reasons for that is there hasn't been enough emphasis on design in schools. And it's not to say that Indians are bad designers. That's not true. Indians can be great designers. We just haven't put that emphasis on we haven't put an emphasis on the arts in schools. And I can't explain that one, but I can say that it's something that needs to change. So these are things that will help change. And another thing that will really help change is if the early stage VCs and angels don't take as much equity at the very beginning stages of a company, because it's hard for an entrepreneur to go to Series A when they have very little equity, when they have very little skin in the game, because at that point they just want a quick exit. So if you really want to help evolve the ecosystem, all of these things have to happen. This isn't an easy problem to solve, but the nice thing about what we're doing at Microsoft Ventures is we're getting out there and we're starting to communicate this, and we're working to help evolve and grow the ecosystem. Because again, every ecosystem is different. But to us, India is a very, very important ecosystem in the world, and we're going to help establish and grow the startup ecosystem in India.